I'm Dr. Karen Johnson. Many women experience situations in their lives that a lot of times they feel that they're all alone. If you're such a person, I'm here to tell you that you're not alone, that these situations occur for many reasons. A lot of times we're at a point in our lives where we're not really sure of where we're going. We may have been going through some situations that have us at a lower self-esteem level, and we may not even realize it at the time. And so for the type of abuse that I experienced and that you're reading about in this book, it comes like a surprise to you, and sometimes it'll catch you off guard actually, and you're not prepared. And so there's going to be a lot of denial initially, because especially if you're a professional woman like I am, you're thinking that you can handle just about anything that you're presented with. And you're not going to even be suspicious that you're a candidate for abuse, because you're so used to being in control of everything. You're so used to, being that professional person that has all the answers in the area of your life that you're actually working in. You will see patterns of behavior that initially, if you've never been exposed to it like I was, you don't recognize it as a cycle. But there's that courting period initially after the abuse that kind of wipes it away or minimizes it for you each time until you get the big blow up. And the big blow ups can sometimes actually cause your death. One of the first things I ask you to do is to look in the mirror and find your truth. Well, that means that you're going to have to really look at yourself when you look in the mirror and say, what am I doing? What am I doing here in this situation that I know is non-survival for me? So that means that you're going to have to acknowledge that you're being hurt. You're going to have to acknowledge that unless you say no, it will continue, because you cannot rely on the abuser to make that decision for you. They're making the decision to keep doing what they've been doing, and they don't have the answers themselves. And you won't unless you take that action. Once you look in the mirror and say, okay, what am I doing here? What's happening to me? Realize that you are being damaged, and take the control to say enough is enough. If you're attached to them in so many ways, it's not going to be easy for you to just walk away from it and say, I'm done, even though you've acknowledged that enough is enough. So you're going to need support. You're going to need to find someone that you can confide in, who really loves you and want to support you. You're going to have to get counseling. I recommend counseling and professional help for anyone going through this. Why? Because you can't do it alone. And it's okay to realize that you can't. That was the hardest part for me, because I'm Dr. Johnson. I can tell everybody else how to do everything for themselves. But here I was in a situation where I was not able to tell me what was good for me. I even had a relative that was going through abuse, and I was telling her how to handle it, and no one knew what I was going through. Very hypocritical, huh? But that's the truth. And so we're good at telling others how to help themselves, but not for us. And so that person that you can confide in, the professional help that you can get, will get you to that level where you need to be standing on your own. And of course, finding a way to love yourself again. Because honestly, you're not going to love yourself. When you start acknowledging that you're accepting, a condition that is not survival for you and your family, you're going to start realizing that you do carry some of the blame. And so it's hard to start to love yourself all over again. But I encourage you to do that, because once you do that, you can truly take your power back and be on the road to healing.